guys, welcome back to the Star Wars figure review. Next video we're going to take a look at another one of the figures from the Vintage Collection line, the rehash line of the Vintage Collection, and that is this guy here, the leader of the First Order, Supreme Leader Snoke. Now before we take a look at him, we'll take a look at the packaging this one comes in. Unfortunately the ball kind of slid off when I was doing that, so I'll try and just place that on there so it looks like it's still there. So you see you've got the new vintage style for The Last Jedi with Supreme Leader Snoke. And on the back you get the usual First Order, well not the First Order, Vintage Collection line of figures. I've given you a look at the Kylo Ren as seen there. I also have the Rey figure, and I gave you a look at the Stormtrooper and Jyn from their original line of Black Series Walmart exclusives. The Jyn has actually resurfaced in more shops as they've decided to shops have started stocking them up for clearance. Stocking her up for clearance, the whole wave. So you can get Jyn, Lando, Admiral Akbar, Ahsoka. I think that's it. It's quite a bit of a line. Oh, there's Imperial Death Troopers as well. So it's quite a bit of a big line to get figures from. But it's really good to see Supreme Leader Snoke be included in this first line of Vintage Collection figures. There is one coming out in the 5 POA line, but it was my birthday at the time, and I decided I want this guy. I want this version of the guy, not the crummy 5 points. I think this one would just be more superior as a figure, and he just is. Like he's basically just a downscaled version of the Black Series version. So you can get variants. You can have one, one for the Black Series shelf, and one for your 3 3/4 inch shelf, which is how I'll be displaying these when I bring them home. Because it's almost all the exact same features. You got the sort of ring that he has on his hand there, and then his open hand. It would be nice if they included just a little bit of lightning with him, because you've seen The Last Jedi, he does fire a bit out of him at Kylo Ren, but there's not else much you can do with that. But the whole glittery design on the robe is just fantastic. Like, it just helps try and make this thing worth its money by having the sparkle to the robe. Just have a little collar for the back of it. That's actually detachable, and it does try and keep falling out. You also have the belt along there. It's just a good figure. I'm really chuffed to have this in my collection rather than a 5 POA. He fits well as part of your Star Wars collection, especially that facial sculpt as well. In this smaller scale, it kind of captures more towards the earlier design look that J.J. Abrams kind of showed off when they were completing on the Snoke look. There's some earlier design images that are online. You can see those. I think they were like the first confirmed images of Snoke, because from what I believe, J.J. actually decided the final look of Snoke back in October 2015, so about 2 months before the film came out. That was when basically J.J. and Kathleen and the like confirmed that was how Snoke would look. Of course, the whole figure himself, like the whole robe, is all soft goods, so you can get access to the legs and the robes that he's wearing underneath. But not that they're not very interesting. So it's not really worth just looking at him. So, and the other best thing about this is if you do have Snoke's throne, you can sit him down. So what I just do is I just bring him forward as that, and then just sit him down. As he is in the film. Sort of like that if you had the throne. You could put Rey's, Anakin's, Luke's lightsaber next to him, because of course he takes that from her when Rey arrives on board the massive Star Destroyer. Forget its name. It's in the cross section book. I can just pick it up out of there. There we go, I'll just start it back up again. There we go. With the rundown of the articulation, you get a ball jointed neck, ball hinged shoulders and elbows, ball hinged wrists, ball jointed torso, ball hinged hips, swivels thighs down there, ball hinged knees, and ball hinged ankles. It's all the hyper articulation, and it's good to see this scale of figure being revived into the Star Wars line, and it's less. They're trying to kind of bring it back, you know. Currently the waves for this year are just repack figures from what I believe, because wave 2 is including Cassian Andor, well, later waves including Cassian Andor, and there's Jedi Exile Luke, which is repacked from the line. So there's just a bunch of repacked figures, nothing really new coming into the mix there. It's all just repacks. So we'll just have to wait and see what this new collection brings. I mean, there's plenty of new coming to the what's it called, the Black Series line. They started to bring just unveiled 2 exclusives that I'm hyped for. The first being Admiral Piet from episode 5 and 6, and the other being General Veers. They're 2 of my probably most desired figures out of the Black Series line, so it's good to see they're getting some recognition. So I mean, there's some good lines coming out. Maybe this new vintage collection line will get better again as time goes, but for now, just do with these re-releases of ones that basically I think some of us never really got to them in the first place, so it works out for the better for those that didn't. They have another chance. But I hope you enjoyed looking at the vintage collection Snoke. To round off videos that I film in this room, as I have for the last 2 years, it's been a fun time. It's kind of flown by, to be honest, because it was right before the Rogue One merchandise launched. I first moved in here. Of course, I moved out last summer, and I came back in here. But I'm moving out for good this time. It's gonna be a shame not be in this room anymore. But life goes on. So that is Supreme Leader Snoke from the vintage collection. Hope you enjoyed looking at him, and I shall see you very soon with some more reviews. But till then, like this video if you enjoyed it, leave a comment, subscribe, and do follow me on my Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. All links are down in the description. I'll see you next time, guys.